I think I visited everywhere here that I can visit for now. Ow. Alright, let's try going to the fiery sounding place. Oh yeah, there's like a bulge here. Uh-oh. Oh, and it's got its own music. Is there anything we can do with this? Big lump. Oh wait, there's another trail marker. Let's see what this is. Oh! Here's the large planetoid. This is probably going to give us a lot of important info. Yo, it's treehouse. Birds? It's a birdhouse? Is this the place you want to show me? Yeah, it's a little place they set up when we were kids. It's our secret hideout whenever things got scary. Like when the adults would feed the anglerfish. It feels meaningful that you would bring me here so close to where our species first made contact. Yeah, I guess so. Oh snap! I'm really grateful you gave me this necklace. I truly feel incapable of expressing how much it means to me.
I'm glad that you're glad. I thought you were really great all around. You are too kind.
Aw, they're making it their own hideout. Write their names on the wall. Aw. Oh, it's one of the Nomai and one of the aliens. Whoa, crazy. Aw, they shared a nice moment together in the secret hideout. I was not expecting a love story. Now, what's over here? Oh, lots of stuff. Camp marker. Ooh, cool. You know I gotta have a bite. That's what I'm talking about. Ready to do some reading? On my way over here this morning, I felt certain that I saw shapes flitting around in the fog. Has anyone else observed this phenomenon? I too have noticed this. They seem to be the same species as the person I made contact with recently. They have been quite bold with me. One was stationed directly outside my window this morning, but ran off as soon as I stirred. What should we do? They do not yet appear hostile, but our stalker's behavior is very concerning. I suspect that they will be the ones to make the first move. Remember, stay with one another and do not behave aggressively. I noticed some shapes in the fog when I stepped out of my abode last night as well. I've noticed this as well. One of our new friends actually approached me today. I believe that it was the same individual that I previously met at this campsite. Oh, did they seem to have any particular reason for doing so? As a matter of fact, they led me to somewhere quite interesting. Do you know of the wooden knot that lies in the center of Briar's Hollow, the one that leads back in through an infinite loop? They took me through there, and contrary to what normally happens, we arrived in an enclosed space. I have passed through the knot you speak of, but I've never arrived anywhere that sounds similar to what you describe. It confuses me as well. I'm unsure of how to access that area again. I have a hypothesis. I've noted that the hole one uses to enter the central knot lines up with where they will re-enter this large area. If we can locate the exterior of the enclosure that you speak of, we may be able to find the hole that will lead us into it. Oh! Okay, I think I know what we do with that. How strange. What was the space like? Appeared to be a completely overgrown entrance to Briar Hollow. They beckoned me through another node, although I did not follow them through for fear of being unable to find my way back. Is this their new friends writing? How exciting. Are you able to understand what they have said? Unfortunately, I will need to analyze it more before I can determine what this text says, though I can assure you I will begin my work on my translation as soon as possible. If a member of this other species desires for us to follow them, it may be worthwhile to do so. They have demonstrated they are not hostile, and they may know how to escape from this place. Okay, I think I know how to use that knowledge of the bramble seed. Here we are at the campsite I had mentioned previously. Amazing, this body is almost entirely covered in grass and trees. How do you suppose it manages to sustain life in a place like this? We may need to erect a small lab to study the origins of the soil and plant life to properly understand this. Feel free to set up that lab, but remember not to build anything large. We don't want to be too obstructive to whoever set up this campsite. There are still a few embers among the logs. It seems like someone was here fairly recently. Perhaps we would be able to meet them if we remain here long enough. If they were here before, they are likely to return. As curious as I am about who constructed this site, this may not be wise. We have no idea whether or not the inhabitants of this place are friendly. I believe we should avoid constructing large structures here for the same reason. Even if these people are friendly, they may not take kindly to us treating this body as their own. Oh my goodness, I was hiding behind one of the trees on the upper ring and observed one of the campsite occupants return. Really? What did they look like? Did they seem friendly? They did not seem to be hostile. I was fairly far away, so I did not have an ideal view of them. However, I was able to tell they have large ear-like frills on both sides of their head, a large tail, as well as webbed hands and feet. To top it all off, they seem to have no eyes. How strange. How do you suppose they navigate without vision? I am uncertain, but they did seem to notice me when I stepped out from behind the tree. Perhaps they possess some form of echolocation? Did they see you? If they did, how did they react? They did notice me, but when I moved out, they turned toward me before fleeing. They appeared to swim through the air using their webbing on their hands and feet. Very interesting, especially given the note that they do not have eyes. Did they seem to have any obvious reason for returning? Actually, they appear to be looking for something. I believe they found it just before I showed myself, but dropped it as they left. It appears to be some sort of painted tablet. Perhaps I should attempt to return it to them? While we had previously decided that it was best not to initiate contact, the fact they did not attack you seems to indicate they are not hostile. Because of this, it may be best for you to return the item. Absolutely. With any luck, I'll be able to get close enough to them to get a better idea of their appearance. You were explicitly instructed not to attempt to interact with them. What if they had attacked you? I know, but I was simply too curious to not try and see the other species. We are Nomai after all. Friends, I am pleased to announce I was successful in my attempt to make contact with the stranger. How'd it go? Were you able to get a closer look at them? Were they appreciative of your attempt to return their item? It went well, yes, and maybe. I avoided hiding this time, and upon returning to the campsite, they slowly approached me, apparently having noticed I was holding their tablet. I headed out for them to take, and upon grabbing it, they promptly turned around and left. It appears they may still be somewhat scared of us if they fled that quickly. As for their appearance, I confirmed what I observed previously. In addition, their teeth seemed to be sharp to a point. Their body was covered in greased skin, and they did have small recesses in their skull where eyes might normally reside. Oh, okay. Let's hope that they made a good first impression. They may no longer decide to return now that they have their tablet. Wow. This is a lot of world building. Like a lot of world building. Yep, okay. I know what we need to do there. Soil lab. Let's find this soil lab next. Ah, I bet this is it. Oh, there's end times. Whoa. Eye signal lab on Magma's Recursion. Oh, they have an eye signal lab. I noticed that one of the gravity crystals had fallen from its mount and cracked. Due to the high cost of production for these crystals, it may be worthwhile to develop a means by which they can be repaired. I brought the crystal here for study. Ah, see, I knew it was gravity crystals. I would help, but I'm currently fully occupied on the Distant Node project. Fortunately, I suspect this is true for all of us, so it may take some time to develop a means to repair this crystal. I understand. I hope we have time to develop a method of repair soon, however, as I'm worried other crystals may also fall. I have good news! It seems our friends may have found a way to repair the gravity crystal. If you are interested in learning more, I suggest making your way to the concert hall. You bet I'm going to a concert hall. That's awesome. Whoa. A gravity crystal. Cool. Curiously, analysis of the soil composition indicates that this body may be composed of the remnants of many others. Okay. Do you mean to say this planetoid is composed of debris from plants that ended up in this place after their destruction? I do. The trees also show characteristics from many catalog species, which, combined with the unique set of nutrients they draw from the soil, may explain the strange color of the fire in the campsite. Oh, cool. Interesting. So this bramble captures planets, or at least planetary fragments, with such frequency that they are able to congeal into completely new bodies. That's awesome. What a cool idea. Whoa. I got a lot there. Lover's Rock? Okay. Cool. The ship log just like aired out right there. Alright. One more thing. Here we go again. We did some last minute adjustments to your navigational equipment and made a pretty nice improvement. If you have your signal scope focused on a signal and press your lock on button, you can lock onto whatever the signal is coming from. That's assuming you fully identify the signal, of course. That's weirdly good timing for you to bring that up. Thanks. Really? What? That's cool. I mean, that's straight magic, too. Wow, there's so much here. Okay. I think next I need to get to whatever this lava place called. Wow, you can lock onto it. That's awesome. Thank you, Slate. Okay, so here's my logic. The hole at which you enter the recursive node lines up with where you come out of it. So that one's over there. So we need to go through a hole that faces that direction. It's definitely going to be this hole. All right, let's see. It is a different color. It's darker. Where are we? So now we're inside the knot, and there's another thing here. Do we go in here? Well, the music's different. Whoa! What? Okay, so... Wow. Alright, so here's a planetoid. It's like broken up into pieces. Oh, and a big tree. And then there's something right there that I kind of want to check out. It's just caught my eye. What? Are these houses? I wanna see what this is. It's my understanding that you are the head druid of your people, is that correct? Oh, Karina, yes, why do you ask? I was hoping you'd be able to give some insight on the circumstances surrounding the rest of our clan. Is that within your capabilities? Maybe. I can commune with the bramble enough to figure out their fates within these walls, but I won't be able to figure out what might have happened outside. I believe that will be sufficient. 3 pods were launched from the vessel. Can you ascertain what happened to them? Let me see. I have the vines talking about your vessel, and yes, they're saying the objects escaped. They actually seem a little confused. That doesn't happen often. One of the pods didn't make it. I'm hearing talk of a captured object. Can you determine which pod it was? I can't tell anything specific about knowing something about the people. Oh, and Nessie is asking about Sekka. Hearing echoes of that name. The bramble only ever learns a name when it claims the person it belongs to. This is terrible. This is all terrible. I'm feeling the emotions. Oh, there's something right there too. There's just little things everywhere. Alright, back to the big ticket item. The tree! To the tree. Ooh. Party. This park appears to be the main social center for these people. I'd greatly enjoy deciphering their language, but as it stands, I have nowhere to do my work nearby. I may have some positive news on that front, friend. The alien we first made contact with, assuming I am correctly interpreting their message, is directing us to set up a lab for just that purpose. If that is true, then I am thrilled to hear it. Where are we being permitted to put this lab? That appears to be the catch. We seem to be intended to construct the lab in the area accessible through the knot currently over our heads, which is no bodies with significant gravity. Additionally, while I have been assured that it is quite harmless, there does seem to be some manner of beast in that area. Oh no. The lack of gravity is true, while frustrating can be tolerated. As for the beast, if it means deciphering the language of these people, then I will be able to power through, regardless of how hideous it may be. We all appreciate your courage in the pursuit of discovery. I believe I may be able to assist with your gravity issue. I've detected a strange signal in Briar's Hollow that seems to be some manner of natural gravitational disturbance. That is quite an impressive, interesting find. Now that we are better acquainted with our newfound friends, I propose you and I investigate that signal at once, while they begin constructing a translation lab. With the low visibility of this place, I suspect signals such as that will be highly valuable. Right there? Oh, I'm insane. No, that didn't go in. Oh, I thought it went in. Do I need to go down? There's like a fiery orange bramble seed. I'm not too sure about that. Oh, a house. I just see any structure and I'm like, ooh, house. That performance was beautiful. I never suspected these people would have such wonderful vocalizations. Oh, it's the concert hall. Suppose their physiology is different from ours? Interesting hypothesis. We will have to see what Sinetti can discover once he completes his analysis of this people's language. I know it is for a good reason, but I still struggle to understand how he was willing to miss this performance to continue working. Hopefully he has an opportunity to relax soon. I hope so too, but you know that distracting Sinetti never begins work on a translation is as simple and painless as a dental extraction. Good news, we have been given approval to take part in the tradition of sharing our culture in this concert hall. Our new neighbors state that, so long as we refrain from constructing walls which interfere with the concert hall's acoustics, we're free to write in here. This is good news. I imagine us writing here will also allow for our new friends to leave thoughts of their own. And then one of them does. I look forward to seeing the similarities and differences between our cultures. I imagine it will be quite interesting to observe. During my discussions, I have noted our new friends do not seem to record their history. If anyone who knows more finds this, would they please explain how your people's history is tracked? Thanks. I really need to go do all the translation stuff. I've been curious about something. If any of our new neighbors are able to answer, where do you originate from? Do your people originate from the Bramble, or do you have a record from outside? Okay, yeah, I really need to be able to translate this. How you manage to deal with the proximity of the anglerfish? All great questions I would love to have the answers to. Especially given recent events, how is your people seem to be a bit too accepting of circumstances? Well, this has been changing some. I was curious what brought about this attitude in the first place. Well, here's the concert hall. I've heard that a method has been developed to repair gravity crystals, and that I should come here to find more. Does it have something to do with the new bells lining the stage? Oh my. New bells. Oh. Interesting. I think that's about all we can do in here since we can't translate anything. Wow, there's so many places we can go. This is the main area that the aliens live at. Okay, let's go. I know there's way more in this node, but I think we really need that translation stuff. In here? Ooh. Can my ship fit in here? No, it cannot. Oh, great! How cool! Oh! Ow! Ow! Okay. Oh, they're stuck to me. What? What? Okay. That's super cool, though. Oh good, it respawned me here. That actually saves me a lot of time. There are a bunch of baby anglerfish directly blocking the path to the lab. Okay, maybe we need to do some other stuff first then. So they can hear all the high-pitched stuff, the baby anglerfish. And my guess is because that's a main curiosity card, we're gonna have to learn some other stuff before we can figure out how to get into the translation lab. Alright, I guess we go to the node inside the alien planet. Whoa, wait, there's something floating right here. Okay, after leaving the area through the opening we found near Titan's Tears, we seem to have emerged into another large open space. Oh, okay, so they just left Briar's Hollow and now they're back to where they were before. There's no ship log entry for that text. Ah, no. I wasn't paying attention. Wait. Have you tried not crashing? I heard it helps. Shut up! Alright, let's try going through this red node. Down here. Oh. The space that lies beyond this node is filled with an extreme heat. Be prepared to move quickly. The temperature is sufficient to cook you inside of your suit. We have erected a gravity lift to bring you down to the planet's surface. Find your way into it. You will be brought into an area where the heat is somewhat dissipated. Simply keep watch for it. It is plainly visible as you approach. Alright, so this is like a speed thing. Ooh. Isn't there a Super Mario Galaxy level like this? Cool. Uh-oh. Oh, that was so close. Whoa. Lots of geothermal activity. This area is quite hot. I will be quite relieved when we set up the portable life support. I will as well. I fear we would not survive long in this heat otherwise. I don't seem to be able to fire my portable portside thrusters, which is making maneuvering difficult. I seem to have lost vertical thrust. I believe the excessive heat may be interfering with our propulsion systems. I would advise we retreat for the moment. I actually seem to have lost all thrust. I may require assistance to return. Fortunately, that seems to be the case for all of us. It seems that we are trapped here for the time being. The temperature here is entirely inhospitable. If we are unable to find a way to propel ourselves soon, we aren't going to make it out. Is the heat affecting my vision, or is there movement coming from the entrance? There is. It seems our friends have noticed our plight and have come to retrieve us. Hey, we noticed that you stopped moving. I thought you were going to go to the surface to set up life support. We were, but it appears our propulsion systems failed due to the heat. We told you it was a bad idea to come in here, weird signal or not. Come on, let's get you out of here. Thank you. Once you get us out of here, we should return and we should be entirely able to modify our propulsion systems to handle the heat, making our return trip much more successful. Ha! And here I thought you couldn't tell a joke without the science of it going over my head. By the bramble, you're serious, aren't you? Nomai are anything but serious. What? Oh, nice. Is everyone alright? Yes, I believe so. I've taken the liberty of deploying portable life support, so this creator should remain cool and oxygen rich, at least relatively speaking. Excellent. We should begin exploring once we have our bearings. Our top priority should be finding somewhere with shelter from this heat. Our equipment will not survive long enough to analyze the signal in this environment. I believe it is possible to hear the signal without equipment, which would suggest reception will not be an issue. I don't know what they're talking about. Signal. I'm quite thankful our friends mounted that rescue operation. When my pack lost thrust, I was certain we were to be cooked. I am very thankful as well. Honestly, we should have considered the possibility of equipment failure under this heat, especially after we saw how it was used to cook anglerfish eggs. Uh-oh. Can I help but wonder how they first started stealing those eggs? The anglerfish hardly seem like the kind of beast you would want to approach. Actually, one of the language samples I analyzed during my translation is an old story that seeks to explain exactly that. As the story goes, they had found a massive anglerfish keeping watch over a cluster of eggs. The ancient aliens were starving, as they had failed to find food for days, and began advising a plan to steal the eggs. They ultimately decided to distract the mother with a massive rock that was in the vicinity, hoping that slamming it into a nearby wall would lure the mother away for long enough to grab a few of the eggs and flee under pursuit. However, when the mother reached the rock, she did not turn around and pursue the thieves. Instead, she sank her teeth into the rock and stayed there, drifting with it. This distracted the fish long enough for the aliens to take as many eggs as they wanted. Supposedly, the fish was still lashed onto the rock as they left. Weird. What an interesting tale. Why do you suppose the mother behaved like that? Are the fish unable to distinguish between organic and inorganic prey? An interesting hypothesis. I would love to test it if it not worth for the fact that our friends would likely not appreciate us feeding rocks to their fish. Weird. Does this activate the... Oh yeah, Yeah, that's for me to get back up. Okay, so... Wow, am I gonna have to, like, fling my ship to the side or something, and then they... Oh, what? What does that even mean? Okay, so I need to be quick, I presume? Okay, so I think this thing cools us off. I love the reusing of the geysers. That's cool. Since the heat of this planet does not seem to relent on the surface, it seems inadvisable to establish a permanent residence here. Therefore, I would suggest we simply construct a lab to study the eye signal. While I know the signal is our main focus, I believe I have found an additional item worth investigating. Some distance away, there is an opening in the side of a hill. This opening leads to a rock that seems to move when unobserved. Uh-oh. A quantum rock. I would certainly like to study this mysterious stone. I believe I may have found a suitable location for this lab. On another island, I found a cave leading down. It leads to an area filled with gas, but I believe the upper area may be cool enough for our equipment to function correctly given the assistance of environmental regulation. Very good, we will set up a lab there after determining how best to contend with the gas. In light of the discoveries of the others, I have begun construction of a road to lead to both locations. It should help with navigating the hazardous terrain. Good idea. We don't want anyone to become lost with the constant heat of the planet. I'm happy to report our relations with our new friends seem to be going well. In fact, Amalak saw fit to deliver a gift to me. That's good to hear, however I have to wonder. May I ask what the nature of this gift is? Uh-oh. It is a lovely necklace woven from several small vines which seem to have been made to grow around one another. I'm honestly unsure how he must have made it. Perhaps he used the druidic influence his people seem to have? Whatever the case, it must have taken some time to create. Yes, I suspected that might be the case. I feel I should inform you that, based on my studies of these aliens' cultures, necklace such as that is a key component of that traditional courting ritual. Usually the intended recipient will either refuse the necklace, indicating a lack of interest, or accept it and gift initiator with a similar necklace. That is quite a situation. May I ask how you responded to the gift? I responded, "Oh no, I say I took it as a surefire token of the continued friendship between ourselves and our species." He extended an offer of partnership, and I, for all intents and purposes, I called him a very good friend. This is disastrous. Oh no. Are you certain? Oh no. What do I possibly respond to that? I guess by either refusing or accepting the offer. Which one you choose is up to you, though I would strongly suggest you make a decision soon. Oh man. Would you be willing to help me gain a better understanding of this language? I believe I have a message important enough that it must be written by hand. Oh snap. Things are getting really tense. How do you suppose this area remains so hot? Certainly it should have cooled to some degree after such a long time. A fair question. One that had occurred to me as well. Currently, the seeds surrounding the plant lead recursively into this area based on how they seem to have the same glow. Astute observation, but I fail to see how that explains the heat. If the planet is surrounded by recursive seeds, it is possible for heat that should leave the area to instead be redirected back here, maintaining a very high temperature. That is really cool bramble science. That's a really cool idea. Ow. Uh-oh. Oh, those lead back in here. Ooh, I'm taking a lot of damage. The chamber below is flooded with a very flammable gas. It is important that no open flames are brought into the cave, especially those that are particularly intense. Alright, I'm not gonna last long down here, but I just want to see what I can see. Whoa. It is dark. What? I was hoping there'd be life support. Oh, gravity crystals. I believe this cave should prove to be an adequate location for any equipment we might use to study signal of the eye. In particular, the upper chamber across the ceiling looks well insulated. With some environmental regulation, the overheating of our equipment should be a non-issue. Good find, but how do you propose we get up there? The gas in this cave prohibits the use of our thrusters. I believe gravity crystals constructed from the material of Graviton's Folly should be useful. We could make specialized mounts to place the crystals in, amplifying their effect to the level we would need. In my experience, the collection and application of that material will be time-consuming. There may be other portions of the ceiling that are worth exploring. I propose these mounts should allow for the removal and replacement of these crystals. Then we may explore more while additional crystals are fabricated. Good idea. A series of removable gravity crystals would allow us to explore the full area while resources are relatively low. We should begin construction of this system immediately. Oh dear. Oh, there's not enough gravity crystals. You have to do this fast. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, okay. Wow, this is gonna be a tough puzzle. So you have to use these. Oh, I can't remove them. I can't remove that one. Do I? Oh, I need to go bring the one from the other place. Okay, that makes sense. I just wanted to see what would happen. Alright, let's check the ship log. Landing zone. Abandoned settlement. Quantum cave. Gas cave. The anglerfish might not be able to distinguish between organic and inorganic prey. Could I use my scout to lure the small juvenile ones away from the translation lab? Okay, so we need the translation lab. We need to complete that to finish the concert hall, to finish the core lab, and to finish Folly's core. And then the gas cave, we solved that using removable gravity crystal that we found on that one planet. Okay, we're making a lot of progress actually. Oh wait, I can't do anything with the gravity crystal yet because I don't know how to repair it. So I need to repair it somehow in the concert hall. Okay, so I need to translate the text to fix the gravity crystal. We have to get past the baby anglerfish next. Let's look around here a little bit more, because there's several little things like this over here that I didn't look at. Can I converse with you for a moment? There have been some recent developments that have been troubling me. What do you want to talk about? Large portion of our clan perished in the bramble. Nessia believes that we will never be able to escape the dark, deep bramble, and this outlook has spread through everyone else like a miasma. I mean, would that be such a bad thing? Hold on, hear me out. Ever since you guys showed up, we've made comments on two main things. One, that you're Nomai and are intensely curious, and two, that the deep bramble is probably the weirdest place that your people have ever found. However, you also keep saying a third thing, which seems to contradict those two, and that's that you desperately want to leave. I know that you all want to see the rest of your people again, but if that's not possible right now, why not make the best of the situation? That's actually a really solid argument. At this point, it has become clear that escape is not easily achievable. Perhaps investigating the phenomena surrounding us would be the most efficient use of our time. That's the spirit. I mean, there are so many things you guys could try and figure out, like how the space inside of the nodes work, how things end up in the deep bramble in the first place, and that signal that came through a while back and ended up stuck in the area around Magma's recursion. Wait, a signal? When did this signal first appear? Pretty shortly before you guys showed up, actually. Some of us actually thought you all might have caused it. Oh, this is how they get stuck on the eye again. Okay. You said it's still reverberating through the area. I must notify the others immediately. This is sure to spark their curiosity. Don't run off so fast. That whole area is super dangerous. Hope the other Nomai are more careful than he is, or they're gonna get themselves killed. That's why they ran in there so fast. Oh. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Okay, so they go to the magma place because they think the eye's signal reverberated through there. Let's take another shot at distracting these little juvenile anglerfish. So if I just shoot my scout, is anything gonna happen? They do nothing. How many of them are there? There's one literally in front of the door. So you cannot sneak past them. There are 3 out in front of it. What if I hit them with it? Bam! They literally did nothing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little stumped. I need to think about this a little bit more.